This is Vidas, and we're gonna have some discrete math.
So,
What is it? It's math, but instead of math with a lot of numbers, it's math with set of numbers.
all letters.
Or anything else. But I mean, the reason why I call it discrete is that you work with sets. So yeah, let's get into it and see what's there. Today we're going to have about logic, and it's going to be really easy. Okay, it's all going to be really easy. It's just that people who write the book thinks it's hard, but it's not. I'll show you. Usually when you have like math classes, you would have some theory at first, but actually we're going to do it practically all the way.
I just woke up.
And that's why I look like this, okay? I can still teach math, don't worry. The thing we're going to go through is what logic really is, and what logic can do and stuff. So, things can either be true, which is yellow, and false, which is blue. This is a bike. That is true.
This is also a bike.
That is false. Through the different statements. The first statement is the AND statement. This will be true if there are two things that both are true. So let's say that I am saying that both things on my table are seashells. And I put a seashell and I put a stone. Then we have two different variables here. And the AND statement is in between. So therefore, this is false. However, if we replace this with a seashell, then it's true. Negotiation. That's basically when you say something is false. So for example, if I say there's not a seashell on my table and I decide to put a bike instead, then it will be true because there's not a seashell on my table. The statement looks like this. Note that the bold line is a negotiation. It's very simple. And I would say there's not a seashell on my table and there's also a bike. Then you would say there's not a seashell and there's also a bike, and that would be true. Now for the implication. An implication is only false if the first thing in the sentence is true and the second is false. So if I say there is toothpaste on my table, whoa, there's toothpaste on my table, and then I say there's a seashell on my table, and I then put a bike, that will be false because the first thing is true and the other thing is false. However, if I said there's toothpaste on my table and there's also a bike on my table, and I decided this should be a dice instead, then it would be true because they're both false and therefore it's true. It's only false when the first one is true and the second one is false. The rest of the cases is all true, so it's easy. That when the first and the second part either is true or false. So if they are different, if one is true, one is false, then the whole sentence is false. So I have toothpaste on my table, and there is a bike on my table. This one is true, this one is false. So therefore the sentence is false. However, if I say there's toothpaste and a bike on my table, then they are both true. And if I say there's toothpaste and a bike on my table and I replace both with dices, then it's also true because they are both false. So they can either both be true or false. Yeah. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to show you is that the OR operator, which is basically a V. You can always remember the A is the AND operator. You know, one where it goes like this. That's the AND. And the V is the OR. Remember that AND starts with A. It's easy to do that way. Anyways, the OR operator is basically when either the first or the second part of the statement is true. So I say, I have two dice on my table. I have dice and toothpaste. And therefore, it's true because there's one dice. If there wasn't one dice and there was a huge thing instead, then it would be false because there are no dices. So dice in either way, that will be true.
I don't.
Know how long your teachers used explaining this to you, but we've actually covered the entire math, logic, basics already. That's pretty much it. There's not more to say. So I will move on to some more advanced things.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. I'll be doing more of these. Also, if you're interested in PlayStation development, be sure to subscribe as well, because I'm also releasing a series of PlayStation development. So, see you next time.